Hey everyone, welcome to another paint time. Today we're going to do a bird, but instead of doing like a normal bird, we're going to go for kind of more of an abstract looking bird, just to kind of experiment with the different colors of paint. So this is kind of going to be really simple in that if you make a mistake, don't worry about it. I'm just kind of going to go with a simple bird. So make sure you have your water, your paints. I sometimes like to spray my paint before I've used it. I use like a little spray bottle to spray it, and I just like kind of spray across there. Or I take my paintbrush and I just dip it in the water, and whatever paint I'm gonna, I lost my camera. Whatever paint I'm gonna use, I just let it drip in there and kind of sit in the paint a little bit and activate the watercolor paint before I use it. So, I'm gonna go ahead and start with my watercolor paper. This is a paper I have from not Way of the Master, what is the brand called? Master's Touch. And it's just a student grade watercolor paper, and I get it at Hobby Lobby, and they often have their 40% off, which makes it so worth getting a pack of this. And it has just this unique texture, which I really like in some of my paintings. So I'm gonna start. We're gonna do the shape of a robin bird, and I'm just gonna get some water on my paintbrush, and I'm gonna go for some red. I want some really powerful red. So you can do whatever color you want. I'm feeling like I want to do a powerful red color. So I'm gonna dip my paintbrush into the water. There it is. Gonna grab some red paint there, and I'm just gonna do the shape of the robin. Water down here where it kind of, there we go. And I'm gonna dip into my red paint and just make it a little bit more vivid and let it kind of go with the flow of the paint. If you're using a different type of paint, it's probably not gonna mix in as well as, it's not gonna go with the flow like the watercolor paint. Anyways, there we go. And then I'm gonna kind of go up here for like the tail. Oopsie, didn't get any paint on it that time. Go up, straight up for my tail. There, kind of shape that into a nice tail. There. And I'm gonna kind of come down, yeah, for the shape of the bird. I'm still gonna do red. Do whatever color you want. Kind of make the belly down here and pull it up. You can see I'm kind of getting that shape going. There it is. I'm gonna add some more because I'm going for really intense. I want a really intense color today. So I'm just gonna kind of dip my paint in there. And like I said, with watercolor, it's already wet here, so I'm just gonna dot some paint into it. And that's gonna take it with the water flow up here too. Ooh, I got my paint really thick up there. So, there we go. I'm gonna kind of paint this out here like the, kind of make it into my wing. Whoopsie. Back on my stand there. All right. There we go. I'm trying to figure out what color right now I want to do the beak. And I think I'm just going to go for the blue again. And I'm just going to go right here and make my beak. Kind of like a little itty bitty triangle. There. Now I'm kind of looking and seeing where do I need to add some lines for a wing. There's my tail. Okay, I'm getting ready to kind of add some more colors to this bird. I'm gonna enhance that wing out here with some lines of red and kind of shape up here for the bird's back. So this is really fun to just use one color. Now, I use the term abstract, and I'm not even really sure if that 100% counts for this style. I'm just not using like the color we would normally use when painting the robin. I'm just using whatever color I want, kind of getting kind of artsy with it. So, I'm not sure if that counts for abstract. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and clean off my paintbrush now, remembering to make sure when the paintbrush is at the bottom of the water to make sure it really touches the bottom like this and we get it all cleaned out. And then wiping it on my paper towel to make sure I got all the red out of it. I'm going to now add a blue into my red. You can do whatever color you want, like I already said. So whatever color you're using, go ahead and choose a new color now. I'm thinking my robin is I'm thinking of using some red and some blue and some yellow. And I don't know, maybe even purple, but I'm just gonna kind of go with whatever I'm thinking at the moment. So I'm gonna get a lot of water on my paintbrush and get my blue ready to use. Ooh, my blue is ready. So I normally have an extra piece of paper where I'll just have in the corner as a scrap paper to kind of test out how much paint's on my paintbrush. Look at that intense blue, I love that. So that's what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna get some paint on my paintbrush. And I'm gonna start up here. And look at that as it soaks into the red. I love that. I'm going to go ahead, and if my paint decides that it's gonna kind of soak into the red, I'm just gonna let it do that. And look over here, I'm even painting on top of the red, which the red is not totally dry yet, so it's gonna soak in a bit. And with this type of paper, the texture, you can kind of see these lines where the paint's just kind of moving kind of different on the lines, and that's because of the paper's texture. You can see the texture in this area, and I like that for this particular painting. Oops, not standing that up very good. Okay, let's make sure you can see that. So I'm gonna dot some more, and I'm just gonna kind of fill in where I'm kind of want to with this. Trying to figure out where I want to put my robin's head. Kind of paint there. I think I'm going to use an itty bitty about of blue on the itty bitty part tip of my paintbrush, and I'm going to put that right inside that beak, making sure this is kind of hard because you don't want to put your hands on the painting because it's so wet. You're just going to tap that in there in the middle of the beak. There. Kind of pull that there. Maybe, ooh, a little messy, but okay. I'm going to go with that flow. All right. There we go. Kind of there. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to put a little few there, up in the tail. All right. And you know what? This guy needs I was going to say leaves. He doesn't need leaves. He needs legs. So I'm gonna pull that down there and a line here and make him some legs. Oopsie, that was an interesting leg. Or bird foot. There we go. There we go. There we go. So there are his feet. Now, looking at it, I'm trying to figure out what color I want to go for next with this robin. So, I'm looking at my other colors, and I was mentioning yellow earlier. I think purple would give it too dark of a look. Because my blue is really, really, really vibrant. But I'd want to be careful about with colors because this is already wet here. And if I get like the wrong color mixed in, it can start looking kind of yucky. You want to make sure that when your colors mix together, they still have kind of like a that they blend well together and they don't end up like blah, like now you just have a bunch of black paint or a murky brown color or just a murky color in general. So I've been dropping my paintbrush lately. I'm gonna kind of fix that there. Wet paper towel totally fixes that. There's my bird. All right. I'm gonna soak up a little bit of the paint here. He just has way too much thickness here. I'm gonna soak up my blue here. So you can just do that with like a paper towel. It soaks up so well. Just gently soaking some of this up. That's actually giving it a brighter look. I think I'm gonna go around and soak up a little bit more. I'm liking that brightness. Soak up a bit. It's kind of helping too with the bird not to look so, my colors look murky or anything. I'm gonna soak up on the tail a little bit. There's a little mistake up here. Woo, that made it worse. Just gonna take a paper towel and dip it in some water and try to see if I can get rid of this a bit. It might not get rid of it as good as I'm hoping. There. It's a bit of a smudge. There we go, that looks good. That is so cool about watercolor, just being able to put a little bit of water in the paper, and usually you can get it to go away pretty well. Red is a little harder because it's such a vibrant, intense color. There we go, that's pretty good. All right, so here is what I have now. I think I'm gonna add some yellow to this guy. He just needs a bit of a pop of brightness to him. So I'm gonna really wash off my paintbrush. Make sure it doesn't have anything more in it. I'm gonna grab a dot of water, pop it in my yellow here. Now this yellow I can't remember the exact name of it, but it is a very vibrant yellow. Okay, let's see, I'm gonna put a little bit of my swatch card for you just to see the intensity of this yellow. Woo! There. So I'm gonna start adding this yellow into this bird. And I'm gonna add it everywhere where there's only white. And then let it soak into the water. There we go. Add some more water to this. There. There, look at that. I'm gonna add a little bit up here on the tail. Just making sure I have some thick yellow. Just gonna kind of, sorry. Here we go. Pulling that up on my tail. There, I like that, how it's just blending into the color as well. So I'm just kind of adding different lines wherever I want them, covering up those white spaces I already mentioned, and just adding yellow. Now sometimes when your yellow meets with blue, it'll kind of make some green. So I'm just being careful that I'm dotting yellow and not getting it too mixed up. All right, you know what? I'm gonna put a little bit in with these wings to kind of, or not wings, the bird wing, to kind of show that that is the wing. Kind of pull that down there. There. All right, how is your bird looking? I think mine is pretty happy right here. There, I'm using my yellow a little bit to outline to just make sure that it's obvious that this is the tail and this is the wing. And I think I'm even gonna do my eye with a yellow just to kind of bring that out. Let me just get some more intense yellow here. I'm gonna kind of make a little bit of a line here to kind of separate its head from its body. Kind of mix that there. There we go. All right. Make sure everything is looking good on this guy. Kind of pull my wing up again. Maybe add a little bit thicker yellow on that line. There. I want to be careful again not to get it too murky. So you can see how it's getting kind of funny here, and I want to be right there too, and not get it too murky. There we go. So there is my bird. I'm gonna add a little bit yellow on his legs. I just feel like he's so colorful, he needs some yellow added into his legs. And his claw right here. There we go. All right, I'm almost done with this guy. There we go. Do you think his beak needs some yellow? I feel like he has so much color. I just feel like he should be more he should have at least something on his beak. Not sure where to put it though. Maybe a little dot right here just to kind of, there we go. I think that's good. We don't want to be too crazy. And now I'm gonna get on the dot of my, not the dot of my paintbrush, the tip of my paintbrush, sorry about that. Some yellow, again. I need some more yellow, or water. There we go. So there I have a nice yellowness to my paintbrush. And we're gonna go ahead and do the eyeball. So, kind of an area where I think the eyeball should be. I'm just gonna boop, dot it on there, and I'm gonna make it bigger. There we go. Hopefully that won't melt too much into the paper. It looks like it's going to, so I'm just gonna take a paper towel and dot really fast. And dot again, there. And maybe take a drier one, dot one more time. There we go. And now I'm gonna redo that eyeball. Dot. There we go. Look at that eye. It's kind of gonna soak around a little bit. So if this ends up getting too big, I'll probably take some blue and dot it on top of the eye again, just to make sure that it's obvious that this guy has an eyeball. In fact, maybe I might do that right in just a sec. So, I'm gonna soak up a little bit of water with just the tip of the brush, or not the brush, the paper towel. There. And I think I'm gonna grab a little bit of blue one more time, because I feel like my tail just needs some more blue to it now, because this guy is like a mess of colors, but he lost his blue in his tail. So I'm just gonna kind of blop it in a little bit. There, I think that's all he needs. Maybe a little touch over here. There. I like that. All right. And my eyeball is kind of disappearing just because of the paint being watery. So there. So with the paintbrush, get my dot of blue over here. And go on the very itty bitty tip. I'm going to check it. Make sure on my swatch card. There. And now I'm just gonna do an itty bitty dot, which kind of didn't show up. It's kind of there, kind of not. So this eyeball may take a little bit more time to kind of figure out how I exactly want it. Maybe your eyeball worked out and mine's just being totally weird. Try that one more time. I usually, if I'm doing something really particular, try everything on my swatch card first to be like, how do I want that to be? And it also helps to make sure that, woo, that it really spread. That actually looks pretty good. Does that give him a better eye? Kind of, sort of. I'm gonna try one more time. Paper towel that a bit. All right. I'm just gonna get some intensity one more time. There we go. I do not want it to be too watery. I just want to be like, there is the eyeball. I don't want it to soak too much in. So I'll do it right over here where the yellow is. There's his eye. Kind of showing up well. It needs to be a little bit bigger. So let's just kind of grow that eyeball. There is an eyeball. All right, he's looking very colorful. Whoa, that was an accident. He's looking very colorful. Good, we're still filming. We did not die, totally. All right, so you can totally stop at this point. I decided that I kind of like the kind of a little bit fainter look, even though I want him to be vibrant bird. I'm gonna take a paper towel, just fold it. There it is. I'm just gonna gently press, avoiding the eye, obviously, on the bird. Kind of get some of that up. And just put, there we go. See, it's pulling up a little bit of paint. Because it's still wet, if it wasn't wet, obviously this wouldn't work. Or I can always just put a little bit of water onto my paper towel and pull a little bit of that up. All right, almost done. I got a little bit paint over here. I'm just gonna take a paper towel with water and kind of smooth it out a little bit. Kind of messy there, but oh well. Woo, that got even messier. There we go. So that is acting like it's not gonna go away. So I'm just gonna leave it there and not worry about it. This guy, I might cut him out and that way I won't have this messiness here. All right, there we go. There is our fancy robin. And I'm still drawing, of course. Now, at this point, you could totally like do something around it, give him some leaves, I don't know, do abstractness behind it, do some floral behind it, shapes, or I'm probably just gonna cut it out because I think it'd be kind of fun to have a cutout bird. So I'm gonna show you really quick another robin redbreast that I did a while back. And he, of course, over here is with the correct colors. And then I just did leaves around him to kind of fill in my page. So, hope you enjoyed, and feel free to send me a picture of your completed abstract robin. All right, have a great day.